Myself Anand. Today we are going to discuss regarding instrumentation amplifier and as well as instrumentation amplifier, how it will works when you are using transducer bridge. So we are studying two topics. One is instrumentation amplifier, that is basic block diagrams of the instrumentation amplifier, and how the instrumentation amplifier using transducer bridge, how it will works. These are the two topics today we are going to study. And before going to study regarding the instrumentation amplifier, we will look into the some of the basics of the basic terms of the instrument when you are using instrumentation amplifier, like what do you mean by transducer and where it will find its maximum application, and all those things we are going to study in this instrumentation amplifier. So many industrial systems, consumer systems, and process control systems require a precise measurement of the physical quantities like temperature, pressure, humidity, weight, etc. Such measurements help the industries to have a production of the quality products. The measurement of the physical quantity is generally carried out with the help of a device called transducer. So what do you mean by transducer? A transducer is a device which converts one form of energy into another. So a transducer is a device which converts one form of energy into another. For example, if we will take some examples, a thermocouple converts the heat energy into an electrical energy. So a thermocouple converts the heat energy into an electrical energy. Similarly, a microphone converts the sound energy into an electrical energy. And also a strain gauge converts pressure, force like mechanical energy into electrical energy. Okay, and such a proportional electrical signal output from a transducer can be used further to control, or you can say to operate the other part of the systems, or can be used to get the display or recording of the measured physical quantity. But most of the transducer outputs are generally of very low level signals. Okay, the most of the transducers outputs are very low level signals. Such a low level signals are not sufficient to drive the next stage of the system. Okay, this type of low level signals are not sufficient to drive the next stage of the system. Such a signal may be as low as few millivolts or even microvolt. Okay, got it? Such a signal may be as low as few millivolts or even it may be in terms of microvolts. Hence, before the next stage, it is necessary to amplify the level of such a signal, rejecting the noise and interference. Got it? So, before what we will make such a signal which has been having very much low, that is in terms of millivolts or microvolts, when we will apply for the next stage, it is necessary to amplify the level of such a signal, rejecting the noise and interference. Got it? And the special amplifier which is used for such a low level amplification with high common mode rejection ratio and also high input impedance, and this high input impedance is usually used to avoid loading effect, loading, low power consumption, and some other features is called as an instrumentation amplifier. Therefore, you can say an instrumentation amplifier is an integral part of the modern testing and measurement instrumentation. Okay, this is some of the basics what our transducer and why we need instrumentation amplifier in our applications, what we have in what way we should have to think of about the instrumentation amplifier. And now this is our main block diagram, how our main block diagram looks like our instrumentation amplifier. It mainly consists of the physical quantity to be measured is given to the our input stage. Okay, the physical quantity to be measured is given to the our input stage, and the input stage is then given to the intermediate stage, and also for input stage transducer and some preamplifier, and intermediate, from intermediate stage we are going to apply it for the output stage. In between we are having transmission lines. Okay, this is the block diagram of the our instrumentation amplifier. So it mainly consists of input stage, intermediate stage and output stage. So this figure, the above figure, or you can say this shows the simplified block diagram of the instrumentation amplifier. Now just look into the block diagram, what it is mainly having. The input stage is composed of two things. One is a free amplifier and other one is some sort of transducer, depending on the physical quantity to be measured. Okay, the input stage is mainly composed of a free amplifier and some sort of the transducer, depending on the physical quantity to be measured. The output stage may use devices like meters, oscilloscopes, charts and magnetic recorders. Okay, the output stage the output stage may use devices such as meters, oscilloscope, charts or magnetic recorders. Okay, and now just also between the stages in figure, we have shown the connecting lines between the our blocks. Okay, and those represents, these blocks represents the transmission lines. Okay, these blocks and the connecting lines between the block represents the transmission lines. These transmission lines permit signal transfer from unit to unit. Okay, and now to amplify the low level output signal of the transducer so that it can drive the indicator or display is the major function of the our instrumentation amplifier. So you can say the instrumentation amplifier is intended for precise low level signal amplification, where low noise, low thermal noise drifts and high input resistance and accurate closed loop gains are required. This type of instrumentation amplifier can be used. Okay, this is regarding the instrumentation amplifier block diagram explanation. Now we will study the next topic, instrumentation amplifier using transducer bridge. Okay, we will study regarding instrumentation amplifier using transducer bridge. This is the block diagram of the instrumentation. This is the simplified differential instrumentation amplifier which has been shown in the figure, and now we will see the function of this instrumentation amplifier using transducer bridge. Okay, this is a bridge form called as usually transducer bridge. Okay, and this figure shows the simplified differential instrumentation amplifier. Okay, and here look into the figure, a resistive transducer. This is our resistive transducer is connected to one arm of the bridge. Okay, this is a arm of the, this is called as bridge, and this is connected to our resistive transducer is connected to one arm of the bridge, and this arm, or you can say whose resistance, this arm resistance changes as a function of some physical energy. Okay, and this resistance, which resistance, or you can say a resistive transducer is connected to one arm of our bridge and whose resistance changes as a function of some physical energy, and it is denoted by RT plus delta plus or minus delta R. Okay, the bridge is a DC excited, but it can be also, it could be AC excited also. And now with respect to this figure, for the balanced bridge at the reference condition. So for the balanced bridge, what we should have to, at the reference condition, the potential at A, that is VA, is equal to VB, or VB is equal to VA, that is for the balancing condition. So for the balanced bridge at the reference condition, the potential at VB is equal to VA. Okay. Or in other words, when you will apply we will find the potential by VB at this potential, that is VB, using our divider rule, that is RB into VDC, that is our VB, RB into VDC divided by the sum of the resistance, that is RB plus RC, is equal to potential at A is equal to RA into VDC, divided by RA plus RT. That is, in the balance condition, we are going to consider only the transducer resistance value, right? And when we will simplify this equation, cross multiplying and simplifying this equation, that is potential at VB is equal to VA, is equal to, applying the divider rule, that will becomes RB into VDC divided by RB plus RC, is equal to RA, potential at A, that is VA, is equal to RA into VDC divided by RA plus RT. And simplifying this equation by cross multiplying and simplifying that one, we are going to get RC divided by RB is equal to RT by RA. Call that as equation number 1. Okay, call that as equation number 1. Now suppose you can say, what is the output voltage? So when the bridge is balanced at a desired reference condition, the physical quantity to be measured changes. Okay, and the resistor of the transducer also changes. Okay, I mean, whenever the physical quantity to be measured changes, the resistor of the transducer also changes. Okay, whenever the physical quantity to be measured changes, the resistor of the transducer also changes, which causes the bridge to unbalance. Okay, so whenever the physical quantity to be measured changes, that is change in our transducer resistor, that is RT, the resistor of the transducer also changes, which causes our bridge to unbalance. Okay, which causes our bridge to unbalance. At this time, what is going to happen? The potential A, that is potential A, is not equal to potential B. Okay, at this time, what is going to happen? This potential A is not equal to potential B. Okay, and now the output voltage V0 can be expressed. Okay, the potential V is not equal to VB. The output voltage of the bridge can be expressed as a function of change in resistance of the transducer. We will take it as increment value in the resistance, that is plus delta R. Let the change in the transducer be the delta R. Okay, change in the transducer be delta R. Okay, change in the transducer is delta R. Since RB and RC, the value of RB and RC RB and RC are RB and RC are, what is going to happen? RB and RC are fixed resistor. The voltage VB is constant. Okay, the voltage VB is constant. Whatever we have find the same potential will be there for this condition. The potential at VB is equal for what we have derived, what we have studied for the balanced condition also. However, voltage VA, this is voltage VA, the voltage VA varies as a function of change in transducer resistance. Okay, VA varies a function of change in transducer resistance. Therefore, according to the voltage divider rule, so once again the potential at VA, what it will becomes, the potential at VA will becomes RA into VDC divided by RA plus RT plus delta R. Okay, so the potential at VA, RA into VDC divided by RA plus RT plus delta R, that is using our voltage divider rule. Now there is change in increment in the resistance that has been added to our equation. Okay, and VB remains same since RB and RC are fixed, and the using the divider rule, RB into VDC divided by RB plus RE. So now the voltage VAB across the output terminal of the bridge will be equal to how much? That is voltage VA minus VB. Okay, that is VA minus VB. VA minus VB is the voltage across VAB. Okay, and therefore the voltage across VAB is equal to VA minus VB. Okay, so substituting the value of VA, that is RA into VDC divided by RA plus RT plus delta R, VB RB into VDC divided by RB plus RC. Okay, so when you will substitute these two values, we can find the voltage across AB, that is VA minus VB. And suppose if the values of the resistors, that is RA is equal to RB, that's equal to RC, that's equal to RT, and when all these resistors are equal value, that is equal to, when you will represent it by R, then the equation will becomes VAB is equal to delta R into VDC divided by 2 into 2R plus delta R. So just substitute, just cross multiply these things and find out the value of VAB. That is so this is, we have shown here how we are going to get that VAB value. Just we have substituted the potential at A and potential at B and cross multiplied the things and remove the terms whatever, divide and remove the terms whatever not required, and finally we are going to get the potential at VAB as delta R into VDC divided by 2 into 2R plus delta R. Okay, now call this equation as equation number 2. Okay, now suppose now the output voltage now the output voltage you can say the output voltage VAB of the bridge is applied to the differential instrumentation amplifier. Okay, it is applied to the differential instrumentation amplifier that is composed of 3 that is composed of 3 op amps. Okay, that is composed of 3 op amps. Okay, the voltage follower preceding the basic differential amplifier, and this basic differential amplifier helps to eliminate the loading of the bridge circuit. Okay, and as you know, the gain of the basic differential amplifier is, you know it, that is minus Rf by R1, and therefore final output voltage V0 final output voltage V0 is equal to VAB into minus Rf by R1. Okay, and hence that equation will becomes how much? That is equal to delta R into VDC divided by 2 into 2R plus delta R RF in RF by R1. Okay, since we have got VAB is equal to minus into delta R into VDC divided by 2 into 2R plus delta R, minus is going to get plus, and therefore our final output voltage VAB is equal to V0 is equal to output voltage is equal to VAB into our gain, that is minus Rf by R1. VAB is equal to how much? That is delta R into VDC divided by 2 into 2R plus delta R into Rf by R1. This is our final output voltage equation. And now we can further simplify it. As you know, generally the change in the resistance of the transducer. Okay, generally the change in the resistance of the transducer, that is delta R is very small, therefore we can express 2R plus delta R, that is approximately equal to as 2R. Thus the output voltage, that is what we have written in the above equation, that is going to simplify as Rf by R1 into delta R by 4R into VDC. Okay, call this as equation number 3. Okay, and the equation indicates that the output voltage, that is V0, is directly proportional to the change in the resistance of the delta R of the transducer. Okay, change in the resistance of delta R of the transducer. So in this way our instrumentation amplifier can be studied using transducer bridge. Some of the advantages of this instrumentation amplifier you can say, and those are this circuit can be used as temperature indicator, and also it can be used as a temperature controller, and it is used in terms of measurement of flow and thermal conductivity, light intensity meter, and analog weight scale. These are some of the application where you will find the instrumentation, I mean some of the advantages of the instrumentation amplifier. Okay, and for today's class this is that's all, and we will study the next topics in the upcoming classes.